Welcome to the quick nervous system reset and psychedelic course preview. How are you feeling right now? And I want you to pick one word that best fits how you're feeling at this particular moment. Is it anxious? Is it stressed? Is it numb? Or are you on the other side? Are you energized? Feeling grounded? Some people are stressed. Some people are neutral. Some people are energized. Before we dive into our nervous system exercise, let's get to know each other for a moment. If we have not met, I am your host for the evening. My name is Lyndon Schaefer, and I am coming to you from Tongva Land in Southern California. You can read a little bit about me here. I have over 20 years of entrepreneurship in the health and wellness space. I have a bunch of different certifications. I'm not going to bore you with everything. Basically, what you need to know for this evening is that I teach people how to use psychedelics and plant medicine in a sustainable way. My mission with all of the work that I do is to create a safer, more informed, and empowered path to transformation. So this evening, we are going to be experiencing a nervous system reset together. And then I will take time to introduce you both to a course that I have created, as well as a women's community of people who are looking to do deeper work, both with nervous system and psychedelics. And finally, we will finish with a Q&A. Let's get to why you are here this evening, right? Regulating our nervous system and why we need this in our lives, right? Our nervous system, for almost all of us, I would guess, is in some form of dysregulation. And the question is why? What's going on in the world right now? Our modern life keeps us in hyperstimulation. Most of us are living with low-grade chronic stress of some kind, and that low-grade chronic stress comes from our work demands, the news cycles, financial pressures, social media. Our brains are not designed for the constant input that we have been getting in the last decade, right? With endless notifications, pings, scrolling. All of this keeps us in a state of alertness and completely drains our energy. We also have been feeling a loss of connection in our bodies. We push through our fatigue, we ignore our stress, and we push aside things that are signaling our natural body cycles with things like relying on caffeine, sugar, alcohol, right? Name it. And we have probably used some of these to help us. But what we've done in the long term is confused our system. Additionally, we're all carrying such a heavy emotional load right now. That could be on a personal level. It could also be in a collective level. So anything from personal traumas that we may be holding on to that put us in a state of hypervigilance or numbness, or collectively, whether we're experiencing anxiety due to climate, political unrest, economic uncertainty, social injustice. I will stop there because this is not meant to stress you. This is meant to help you. Additionally, we have this loss of true rest, right? Our culture, especially in the US, is all about glorifying productivity. We feel guilty when we slow down. When we do take time to slow down, many of us revert to our screens, right? We're scrolling, we're back in that cycle of pinging. So it brings us all the way back to the first thing that I just mentioned, which is hyperstimulation. It's hard to break that cycle, but it's really important that we find tools and ways that we can break those cycles. And so what happens when we are able to regulate our nervous system, it provides us with so many benefits. That is thinking clearly, making conscious decisions, being able to respond rather than react. I am very guilty of being very reactive when my nervous system is dysregulated. Also, when our nervous system is regulated, when we're able to bring it to a state of calm, we can feel like it's a safe place. We can regulate our emotions and work through them instead of get stuck in them. We can navigate challenges more easily, and we can engage in life from a place of clarity rather than fear. I don't know about you, but I would rather be clear and present and operating rather than reacting out of fear. So all of this might feel very out of reach And maybe it's a reason why you decided to join us tonight. But the good news is that we can retrain our nervous systems to find safety and balance and make us more resilient and open to transformation. It's exactly why we're here. It's exactly why I want to teach you a quick wellness tool that you can start to put in your wellness toolbox and pull out whenever you're ready to have some nervous system regulation. And we are going to enter into our quick wellness exercise to ground into our bodies. So, no matter where you are, I invite you to take a comfortable seat. That could be in a chair, on a couch, on your bed, on the floor, somewhere where you are able to sit and be upright, where you feel your tailbone on your surface and the crown of your head pointing towards the sky. I want you to lengthen your spine. And if it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes or you can just lower your gaze. And I want you to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I invite you to drop your shoulders away from your ears. Go ahead and inhale. On your next exhale, think about sliding your shoulders together on your back. Feel the center of your chest lift, your heart open. And you're breathing at your own pace, but I want you to start to make that breath intentional. I want you to make it purposeful and notice how it feels to be in your body. Maybe the more you relax, the deeper you can breathe. Or maybe you find this very hard to relax, and that's okay. It's just about acknowledging where you are, not judging it. So the nervous system exercise that we're going to do right now is we're going to practice humming. Humming is likely connected to our earliest memories of comfort. As children, we're unable to understand words, so some of our earliest bonding activities and even soothing was done via sound. Humming stimulates the vagus nerve, which is part of our parasympathetic nervous system, often referred to as our rest and digest system. And when you do this intentional breathing practice, the vibrations of the humming shake loose and disperse the tension in our body, which leads to a calming effect and the harmonizing of our mind and our body. So for this practice, I want you to bring your tongue to the back of your upper teeth. And I want you to take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to hum. And I want you to really go for it because nobody can hear you. Inhale. And I want you to keep going. You can inhale and exhale as long as you need, but I want you to roll these sounds together. One more time. Inhale. And just let the sound and the vibration ripple into silence. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Notice how you are. Your heart rate may have decreased. You may have noticed that this practice allowed you to separate yourself from your thoughts and your emotions and just be present with the sound and the vibration. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back. What I want to know is how you're feeling now. Are you still feeling stressed? Are you still feeling anxious? Have you moved maybe into a neutral setting? I see more easeful, more relaxed, less stressed. And even if you didn't move, that's okay, right? The point of this is noticing your body, noticing how you can get it to work for you. And this is such a beautiful, easy wellness exercise because we don't need anything. We don't need any props. And it's something that is always with us. So when it comes to using humming to stimulate our nervous system and our rest and digest system, what does this have to do with psychedelics? How are these related? I mentioned at the beginning of our time together that I teach people how to use psychedelics sustainably. To me, psychedelics are a wellness tool, just like humming is a wellness tool that we add to our toolbox, and we pull out these different tools when we need them. Many of you are in this room because you were feeling a little dysregulated. You were looking for some wellness tools that maybe you didn't know about to help to regulate your nervous system. And often this is because whether you're coming for humming or whether you're coming to learn about psychedelics, it's because a lot of the tools that we have been relying on, be it meditation or journaling or therapy, maybe they're not working as well as they have been, right? Maybe you're here because you're looking for alternative ways to help. And that's where psychedelics come in. Psychedelics have a profound impact on our nervous system. They can influence regulation along a spectrum, both with benefits and possibly destabilizing effects. So I listed some things here that you can see some of the things that the medicine can do for your nervous system. It can do things like increase synaptic connections, making it easier for us to shift out of survival, which could be for you fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. We all react differently. Psychedelics could provide a deep sense of peace and connection and openness, helping us to reduce anxiety and depression. It could bring up unresolved emotions, which can be scary maybe at first, but beneficial in the long term, especially for conditions like PTSD, where trauma is kept locked in a shutdown state in our nervous system. So you may be looking at this slide here and thinking, well, some of these look amazing. I would love increased social connection. I would love to feel more regulated and less anxious. But some of these, maybe they don't sound so good. So how do we get the good stuff? As I mentioned, psychedelics are part of my wellness toolbox. I've experienced firsthand how working with different psychedelic medicines can shift my nervous system, but it takes work. And I want to be very clear that psychedelics are a wellness tool. They are not a magic cure. And that's why I created the Soul and Substance program, because it's to empower you with the knowledge so that you can begin to understand all of these kinds of wellness tools and how using them can align with different outcomes for you. So I want to give you this sneak peek of Soul and Substance, and then we're going to move into the Q&A where we can talk about nervous system reset and Soul and Substance. Soul and Substance is a thoughtfully designed 6-week virtual cohort for women who are interested in adding psychedelics to their wellness toolbox. Past participants have joined us because maybe they were researching psychedelics as a wellness tool and weren't sure where to go next, or they were using psychedelics recreationally and wanted to transition into more intentional work, or maybe they'd been microdosing or had done a guided journey and something just didn't feel right and they wanted to understand how to make these substances work for themselves, because a lot of us have seen research that has come out that has shown these medicines are good for anxiety, depression, existential crisis, grief, eating disorders, alcohol use disorder, right? There's a lot of things that these substances could potentially help you with. But how do you know that you're ready to work with them? And that's where this program comes in. Throughout this program, which takes place within the Reveal Women's community, which is the online platform that I run, which you can see here where it says resources and replays. This is a sneak peek inside the women's community. And I know some of you in the session tonight are part of that community already. The Soul and Substance course, which takes place within the Reveal community, offers self-paced videos, worksheets, quizzes, and live events to help talk about nervous system regulation, working with a wellness toolbox that includes psychedelics. And we have three amazing guest speakers in this course, one of which is a pharmacologist who's there to answer all your medical questions, one of which is a therapist who dives into your mental health and specific medicine questions, and a mushroom cultivator who's using new technology to measure exact dosing, which is so important when we talk about safety, harm reduction, and getting results with these medicines. So each week is divided into different sections, and it includes everything from videos like this one here, informed consent, history of psychedelics, looking into the most popular medicines, how to build long-term relationships with these medicines. There's articles to read about things like creating sacred spaces, local laws in your areas, the role that music plays in these experiences. And then, of course, there are downloadable workbooks. And you can see on the screen here, this workbook has what I call the 5S's. I created this 5S framework to teach safety around psychedelics and these kind of journeys. And those 5S's are screening, setting, support, and sustainability. And this is what the course is targeted around. Again, getting worksheets, educational PDFs. We have live sessions aside from the guest speakers where we meet in community and support each other in community. And most importantly, there are tools and techniques throughout the course that address nervous system regulation. For example, the humming that we did is one of the things that we teach in this course, along with a bunch of other nervous system reset techniques to help you build your resilience. So if the humming technique tonight was something that was interesting to you and you want to keep this momentum going, there's a few ways that you can continue to engage with me and the communities that I am building. Both of these options here tonight help you revolutionize your relationship with yourself. And the first is the Soul and Substance course, which I just gave you a quick little preview of. It starts April 8th. And if you sign up by March 7th, you'll receive a free 30-minute coaching session with me. And if 6 weeks and a course is not something that you're looking for tonight, but you're looking for a community of like-minded women, you can join the women's community. The online global women's community of Reveal is full of women like yourself. We have an annual membership. This price is going to increase to $150 going forward, but this gives you a 63% discount if you want to lock in that price now. And again, within that community, you have access to an educational library where you can learn about things like microdosing, how psychedelics work with grief. On March 10th, we're launching a 5-day nervous system reset challenge, which is included in the membership. And that is for every day for 15 minutes at the beginning of the day, you're going to learn a simple wellness technique like the humming that we did so that you start to have this toolbox. So now the important part, which everyone wants to know, is what do these things cost? And so there's something here for everybody. The 6-week Soul and Substance course is $5.99, and it includes 3 free months of Reveal. And I mentioned the annual membership is $55 for the first year, and that offer is going to end in a couple weeks. I do hope that this humming wellness tool is something that now is part of your toolbox, and you'll be able to return to again and again to regulate your nervous system. For any of the people on this call that are looking to go deeper, I invite you to step into empowerment and transform the curiosity you have around psychedelics and plant medicine into confidence with the help of other like-minded people. Have a lovely evening. Thank you so much.